Hi friends, welcome again to new tutorial. In this tutorial we will learn Java CRUD operation using JSP and servlets. To support our channel, please subscribe our channel to reach next 1000 subscriber goals. Click the bell icon to turn on notification. Okay, now come to the main topic is CRUD operation. So here first question is, what is CRUD? CRUD is the four basic functions in database storage system, which is create, read, update and delete. Okay, let me tell you more details when these four functions will be called. Okay, now we have a book library, and if we want to add new book in our library database, on the time create function will be called. And if we want to see our all book from the library database, on the time the read function will be called. Okay, if I want to change some book information, on the time update function will be called. And if we want to remove books from a library database, on the time we will call delete function. In this video we will learn how to set up project, create form using Bootstrap 4, and how the create function work. I mean how to store new book to the data table. And I don't want to show other three functions in this video, because if I going to show other three functions, the video will be too lengthy. So I will show that three functionality on next video. Okay, let's go to our browser to see a CRUD operation demo project. This is our CRUD operation demo project, and on left side this is create form. Using this form we will perform create operation, I mean to store data to the database. And on the right hand side you are seeing this is a data table, and here we will show our data and perform our update action and delete action. Okay, now see a example to create operation. Let's fill the form. Now click on submit. Yeah, boom, you can see our new data has been added to our database and it's showing to our data table. Okay, now see the edit and delete perform. Click on edit button. Okay, new page has been opened, and now here we will change the book description. Select the category and click submit. Boom, our data has been updated. Okay, now see the delete action. Click on delete link. Boom. Our data has been deleted from the database. Okay, let's open our NetBeans to create new project. Click on create folder and click new project, and then select your project name and next, and don't need to any framework. And now do the project setup. First of all, we need to create two index page, two JSP page. One is index.jsp and another one is editbook.jsp, and we need to create one package, and you can give it to any name. Here I am giving com.crud.project, and then we will add our jar file. One is JSTL.jar file and another is MySQL connector to connect our database. Okay, you can get the all source code and how to download the connector file and jar file in my blog. So go to my blog and check the CRUD example in JSP post, and there is all links available and also all code available for this project. Okay, sorry, I forget one thing, to create web.xml file. To create web.xml file in webin folder. Okay, that's all our project setup. Now we'll design our project. To design our project, we need to use Bootstrap. So go to the Bootstrap website and copy the frame template and paste it here. And now let's design the form and the data table to show our data table. I am pausing the video to design form and data table. You will get all the source code in my blog. I will give the link in the description below. Okay, I am done with my form and data table design, and this is our final view of form and data table and the edit page design. Now we'll work on backend Java code to interact with the database. First, we will create a connection DAO class. Using this class, we will connect our project with the database. After creating the connection class, first we will import java.sql library. Then we will define a connection variable. We can define it as null or we can define it as usual. So after defining the connection variable, we will create a method, name it get connection, and this is a connection method, connection type method. We will call this method when we need the connection. So I'm starting with type class block, handle all the exception. First we will load the driver and then we'll create the connection. So load the driver, we'll write class for name and we'll pass the driver name. And then we'll create a connection method, and to connection method we'll define con equal to driver manager dot get connection, and here we'll pass three string. One is your localhost URL with the database name, and second string is your database username, and third string is your database password. Okay, after setting this all, we are done with the connection class. Now go to create books class to maintain our books data and to get and set our book data in our JSP page or in other Java class. Here we will define all the field we created in your MySQL data table. After that, we will create three constructor. One is default constructor and one other two is parameterized constructor. But here one constructor is without ID because ID is auto incremented in our database. Okay, then we'll create getter and setter for field, and also we'll create a toString method to handle our. Also, we'll create toString method for debugging. Then create a booksDAO class to handle our CRUD operation. I mean the create, read, update, enter, delete action. First, create a connection variable and its constructor. This is our main method to perform our create action. So create a boolean type method, name it to add books and pass the books type book object. And then define a test boolean variable to false. To store data to database, we have to write a SQL code. So write is insert into table, then table name, and in the parenthesis pass the table column name, and in values pass the question mark and must separate it to comma. Because we don't know what is the value, we will set the value using the prepared statement. Can I start with a try catch block to handle the exception? Define a prepared statement variable pt and give the connection to it and pass the query. And below now we'll get the and now we'll set the data to our prepared statement st dot set string, and and here we'll set the first value which is book name, and we'll mark it to 1, and then get the book name from the books object. So book dot get book name. Using this we'll do all the works for book description, book author name, and the category name, and then we will execute the query est dot execute update. And here we don't need to pass the query because we already passed the query in prepared statement, and then set the test value true, because if data has been inserted to our database, then it will return a true. If else it will pass return a false. Okay, that's all for this method. Okay, now we'll work on Servlet to control a form in JSP page. So go to create and add book Servlet in your package. Now we will fetch data from the JSP form using this Servlet. So create a string, the b name, the book name, and request.get parameter, and here we will pass the name variable to get the name variable. We will go to the index.jsp page and we will insert a name variable in the input field. You can give it any name. So here I am giving b name, b description, a name, and category. So using this name variable, we will fetch the data in Servlet. Okay, after okay, after uh, fetching the old data, we will create a new book variable and pass all the field. Book name, book description, book author name, and the category name. And then I will start a typecast block to handle exception and create a new books DAO variable and give the connection to the books DAO class. Now I start a conditional statement if book dot add book and then pass the book class book object, and if it return a true, then the data will be inserted and will send us to index page, else it will print out something wrong. Okay, now run this project, save the all code and run this project and check our data has been inserted to our database or not. Check our insertion. So let's try my MySQL workbench sample book to check that data has been inserted. Input the book name, input the book description, author name, let it unknown, the read and choose the category to see our data in our database in our web pages. Okay, it send us to the index page. So let's check in our MySQL database that the data has been inserted or not. So wait a moment, please. But here you see there is no book data here. So I think there is something wrong. So let's check out what's the problem we did. So we found out that we did a silly mistake here. In form, we didn't define the action and the method. So in action, we'll pass the servlet name, and in method, we'll pass the post. Okay, now save it and run it again. Okay, I'm trying to input again the book name, the book description, and the author name unknown, and choose any category and click submit. Okay, we get a message something wrong. That means it's a calling a false. So here is the problem here. We got the pst execute exit statement. So let's see the console, and we are getting a null value. So here we are getting a null value. So go on there. So that means here is the problem in null value. So go back to our servlet and check the name here. So here we set a name, and in servlet here is the name. Okay, so paste it, a name. So okay, now try it again. Okay, our data has been, okay, you can see our data has been inserted into database. So that's all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching this video, and must subscribe our channel to reach our 1000 subscriber goals. And if you like this video and if you think this video is helpful, so please share it with your friends in Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, or Instagram. So stay with Tech Tutorial.